Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we are playing another Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. This one is another player spotlight. This is the Gobbo King, and as you can see, when he's not being a sneaky goblin, he's being a sneaky elf. He's against lizardmen, and he has shadow warriors, which, just, why? It makes no sense to me. This is crazy, and this is what Gobbo does. Gobbo is as Gobbo does, or is as he does as he is, I don't know. He has two shadow warriors, which just seem really out of place here, but we'll see. It's Gobbo King, and he always finds a use for something that no one really, just ever thought of. So it's cool to see. So he's got a load of good armor piercing in the front line. These guys will help hold back the Saurus warriors, as well as getting some good damage into all the dinos. Temple Guard they can trade fairly cost effectively with, but frankly they're going to hold out a long time. They're not going to take much damage from skirmishers just because they have a lot of armor. And Alariel's here, so they can get a lot of healing, potentially, fast protection, keeping their melee defense super high. Although their melee defense isn't the best, honestly, for high elf units. I mean, look at Spearmen, 50, 36. It's kind of weird, right? But anyway. So, a couple Spearmen in the back as well, always good help. And there are two nobles on horses along with Alariel. So this goon squad is actually incredibly potent. That anti-large and anti-armor of the nobles, that's going to stack up quite a lot, especially when there's two of them in play. And they're quite small targets. They're not going to get easily trapped either. Over here, the Fireborn, these guys great anti-large, and they're very hard to kill with fire damage, which is actually surprisingly good against the Lizardmen, because a pretty common tactic is to bring... No, there's not one. Well, never mind. Bastillodon's solar engines. They used to be brought quite a lot because they're great at whittling down things like Sisters of Avalon that can mess up a lot of the elite stuff. So it's kind of nice to have. But the Fireborn don't have to worry about the damage from that because they have crazy fire resistance. So it's pretty cool. But not really. Doesn't really matter this time round. But anyway, so here you can see Croxagores on either side. A Revivification Crystal to heal things up. He's also got Master Mundi on his Palanquin, guarded by some Temple Guards. And he's got a load of Saurus Warriors with shields in the front, along with a lot of Cold One Spear Riders. So a lot of anti-large, anti-armor there. And some more Saurus Warriors in the back too. So that's pretty formidable. I like it. I like it. I like both of these armies. But still, Shadow Warriors, what are they for? We'll find out. Speeding things up. So, front lines are going to start engaging. And the Fireborn have been spotted, but they've got no immediate threats. All the cavalry with their anti-larges on the other side, so that's not too bad. And the Shadow Warriors are starting to fire a bit, but it looks like he's trying to focus down this one unit, so they get a bit whittled down for the White Lions to get in. So over here, a nice charge from the Cold One Spear Riders, but they are suffering a little bit, but I mean, this is a good exchange for them, but with the nobles coming in and a few of these stuck behind the White Lions, the big damage, these guys are in a lot of risk of rampaging and getting stuck there, which is not good. They can't rampage, I'm talking out of my arse. So they can get out of there, but they're suffering quite a lot of damage, so that's not ideal. Over here, though, they're trying to get into the back, but Gobbo rightly is putting the Spearmen into position. Here, though, this is dangerous. The Fireborn have been netted, so, fast protection immediately to keep him safe against these Temple Guard. Here, though, Master Mundi has also used the magic resistance and leadership buff, so that way the magic resistance can keep this banishment hurting what he wants to hurt, basically. But that net, it caught the Fireborn in a weird place where they were very spread out, so it's very difficult to get a good hit on them. And now the Star of Avalon is going to heal them back up. They're still at 43 models, so considering a net has been used, they're not doing half bad. And now all the infantry here is keeping this infantry pinned, and they can start to retreat. And not only can they retreat, they can capitalize here and catch out these Cold One Spear Riders, which is not going to be good for the Spear Riders at all. And the Shadow Warriors still totally safe. What they're really going to do, still not sure. I mean, they're getting some damage into the back of the Cold Ones, which isn't too bad. That's alright. But now they're going to turn their attention over here again. Over here, though, these Cold One Spear Riders, they just got bogged down on Spearmen, and they're really suffering because of it. Nobles and Alariel, they're still running around trying to do what they can. Over here, there's a Ruination of Cities. Did a fair bit of damage to the Pure Main Company, but yeah, it wasn't earth-shattering. Or, you know, city ruining, I guess. Anyway, so over here, the White Lions are gone, but all this great anti-large running in, get a load of damage into the Cold War Spear Riders, and now they're going to get out of there before they get surrounded by Saurus. Or at least they're going to give it a go. They are moving. So here, now the Shadow Warriors, they're all firing into this group, but they're firing to Master Mundi. And Master Mundi on the Palanquin, it's not the armor that tends to keep him alive, so you don't necessarily need armor-piercing missiles. It's just a standard missile resist. But with enough missiles, he's going to be taking damage. So over here you can see the Revivification Crystal was used on the Saurus Warriors. But there's still Kroxigors here, which is very unusual. But the Stylodon is healing stuff up. It's got crazy range on that heal. But the Kroxigors are going to run in now that all the cavalry has kind of been dealt with. He wasn't able to really capitalise there. But I think if the Kroxigors had come in, the front line would have broken far quicker. So that's definitely a costly mistake. But with Gobbo constantly moving his guys around, you just constantly got a micro to adjust to him. That's the thing. He always keeps people busy by being busier, which is kind of frightening. So here the Kroxigors are charging in, the nobles charging in to deal with them, and the other nobles charging in. The Pure Main Company is still holding out just about, and Alariel is here to lend some support, but she is pulling away, probably to come to the aid of her Shadow Warriors. It does look like it. More Cold One Spear Riders are coming in, but they are very damaged, and now the Spearmen are having to hold back all these units. Here you can see the Fireborn. They've been doing the odd charge, but there's still 38 models. Wow, they suddenly just lost a couple of models. Anyway, still a lot of models. 37. Ooh. Run, Fireborn. Anyway, they're still in really good stead. They're not that injured, and a lot has been thrown at them. They've been netted twice, actually. I think I missed them getting netted a second time. So, yeah, a lot of resources have been spent trying to deal with the Fireborn, and they're just not getting dealt with. So, here, more units charging in, and where did those other Kroxigors go? Huh. Oh, they're both in here. So both the Kroxigors are coming here, trying to deal with these guys. A pretty tasty banishment. Got rid of a lot of the spearmen, dealt with these white lions, and it doesn't do a huge amount of damage to the Kroxigors. And the Temple Guard were pulled out so they don't take too much damage, and they're also making sure that the Fireborn can't really get an in. But these Shadow Warriors have been firing at Mazdamundi, and he has suffered horribly. He is taking a ton of damage. He's had a load of healing. He's getting near his healing cap. And yeah, it's just Shadow Warriors. And now he's going to walk out of the way of the Ruination Cities. And, yep, he managed to dodge basically all of it, which is, yeah, not ideal for Mazdamundi. Last-ditch effort to shut these archers down because they're actually getting a lot of value. And here, a beautiful heal means this noble, he doesn't care, this noble doesn't care, these spearmen are able to hang on for a little bit longer, and a lot of damage is accruing on all the Zisman units, while the High Elves are just shrugging it all off. So he's having to throw in the Bastillodon with Solar Engine in here to try and help. But with all the anti-large armor-piercing knocking around, it's pretty rough. And the back line, these guys are run out of ammunition, but they're still alright melee. They can still get stuck in and get some work done, which is pretty damn cool. So over here, the Fireborn have been cycle charging, but of course the Temple Guards are a bit of a pain. Another big heal on these guys, and a Harmonic Convergence. So Gobbo knows just to get out of the way, you know, just let them waste the Harmonic Convergence. Come back in when that's been used up, and you don't have to worry about it. Of course, they will be healing while that's happening, which is a bit of a nuisance. Anyway, Alariel, surrounded by Kroxigors, that's still very healthy. These other Kroxigors, not so much. This noble is having a wonderful time. Deadly Onslaught, getting his weapon damage up to 408. That is pretty good. Pretty damn good. And that anti-large bonus, that's going to help too. So suddenly, these Kroxigors are really suffering. Mazdamundi, he's got surrounded. He is taking a ton of damage, and there's not a lot of Temple Guard left. Another Earthblood to try and keep these guys in the fight long enough to kill Mazdamundi, and now the Fireborn can retreat. These infantry, Shadow Warriors, are moving around the outside to basically get a nice flank on these guys. Well, it looks like it. No, they're wandering off. I don't know where they're going. Hiding in the trees. They're going for a walk through the tulips. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, Rivification Crystal, not a great melee combatant, and all of these heroes are still just barely touched. Barely taking a scratch, these nobles and Alariel. So they can just run around and polish off whatever needs to be polished. So there we go. That was pretty textbook. But man, those Shadow Warriors, they did things. And that's just classic Gobbo. That's why he's called Chicken right now for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys, but that's the Gobbo King. I don't know how he does it. But he'll always bring something that nobody has an answer for, because no one expects it to be brought against the faction they picked, because no one really realizes where the niche is, you know, where the niche target could be, you know, where you can get value from it. But yeah, Gobbo can pretty much get, you know, he can get lemonade out of a stone. It's a bit insane. The guy's, yeah, I don't know what to say. There's a reason why he won the first Everchosen tournament. Just any unit you give him, he'll find a good use for it. And he did. I mean, yeah, they got a few kills, but if you look at the chevrons, 3 chevrons on these Shadow Warriors, they did so much damage to Mazdamundi. And they did help chase off some of the Cold One Riders. And constantly, you know, the Fireborn, they were able to react. Spearmen were getting in the way. There was just never an opening for these Cold One Spear Riders. The only ones that got anything done were the ones that just charged straight into the front line and started fighting White Lions. Which, you know, fair enough. They got armor piercing, and White Lions don't have the best melee defense. So, not being able to use your anti-large, it's not the end of the world, especially supported by Saurus Warriors. But yeah, the other ones, anything that tried to get the back, it just got shut down. It just got chased away. There were just things in the way that it couldn't get through. And that's Gobbo all over. He'll just react. constantly. It's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit insane. But yeah, this is absolutely beautiful. I love the double nobles of Alariel. It's just so robust. These guys can keep going forever with Alariel helping them out. And so can most of the other units. The fact that the Fireborn were stuck in the fight constantly, getting netted, having the Temple Guard attack them. They were rarely more than 10 feet away from the Temple Guard, and yet there's still half a unit left, you know. Half of the unit is fine. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'm going to stop bigging this guy up because it's starting to sound creepy. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe. And hopefully we'll see you on the weekend for the Everchosen Invitational. And it should be a good one. So I'll catch you there, guys. Have a good one.